Okay, so we're back at the Redlining Podcast at the beautiful Lakeside Odyssey. And we're here with the wonderful IMOGEN STEELE. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Corda.
So, there is so much to talk to you about. I'm not sure we're going to have time for everything, but let's start with Lakeside Odyssey. And what are you doing here? What have you got in line for us tonight?
Yeah, well, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's definitely sharing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about sharing who I am and my story, especially the piece of work I'm presenting. I would call it's really feminist performance art.
Yep.
And a music style.
So break that down. What exactly is that?
Yeah, so I'm a rapper and a producer and an MC, a singer, and a DJ. And so basically I've decided to do an all-female set of the hardest hitting, most rat shit USA. I got black stripper rap because I don't play any of the girls that I'm playing tonight. Their minimum requirement to be on my set list is that $100K for one dance.
Wow.
This is what these women are achieving. Wow. Massive things every day legally with who they are, their own body, their own style, and so they're spending all their money making this booty shaking music.
Yeah.
Awesome. And because they come from the club, the beats and the arrangement and the way that they flow it's a different way from studio, you know what I mean, music. So it's for real people, for actually doing stuff too.
Yeah.
So dance is going to be a big component for me. I want lots of crowd participation. So I'm basically mixing up all these girls with Northern California underground bass.
Wow.
Which is I've been living in South Lake Tahoe in Northern California for the last 3 years. When I got locked out of New Zealand on COVID. And it's kind of tonight's performance is the journey of what I went through, what I turned into. And what I've achieved and what I look up to. Cool. And the women the music that I'm playing, I listen to them every day and they got me through that time. And I just know sometimes if you're going through a struggle in your life, you need to listen to music that's more extreme than you. And when you hear the people saying these crazy ratchet stuff that you would never say, it's like a release because it's got more energy, more tempo than you do. Yeah. So it's sort of it's calming.
Yeah.
So a lot of people find that some people say gangster, some people say it's like that. But there's times that you need that. Yeah. And in your life, and music has definitely saved my life through COVID for sure. So and then I've got a lot of live mic work that I'm going to be doing. I recently recorded two tracks in New Zealand, Māori and the Mojave.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. That was about me going to play a festival in the Mojave. I got to play Burning Man.
Oh, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. And I am Māori. And so for me, when I was going out into these desert areas, for these, Burning Man and all this stuff, I was aware that not many of my ancestors have trodden there, if any, as a Māori. And so Māori and the Mojave is I'm a Māori in the Mojave, and I just felt so wow, I'm doing so. It was extra special for me.
So playing Burning Man. So when was that? Well,
this is the non-burn. This was the not, we call it, people call it anything because it's not anything. Yeah. There is, that's the whole point.
So how was that experience?
That's when they weren't going to have Burning Man because of COVID.
Okay.
30,000 of us went down there and had a non-burn. Yeah. And we were getting evacuated from fires in Tahoe. So I didn't even know I was at Burning Man until after I played. I just needed somebody to camp because we all got evicted from the fires. And then I'm part of Emerald Bass Collective. So my homies was there in Camp Spooky Kitty and there was a free slot. So I was oh, well, that'll get me 5 days somewhere camping, So then when I went down there, I couldn't believe it when I found out. But that has been music for me. Yeah. I've really ended up in some amazing places with incredible people that I've got no idea who they are or where I am at all. You know,
about it.
Yeah, I'm the only one. I'm the only one there that doesn't know. Yeah, and I'm like carrying on, like
just living your best life.
Yeah.
So you're based in the States at the moment, but you're here for what, 6 months or something?
Yeah, I've got another 6 months.
So what? So. You were here, and then, or did you get stranded in the States?
So out of the last 20 years, 15 has been in the US.
Yeah.
I lived in Hawaii for over a decade, and I immigrated, became a US citizen through. I was on a working volunteer holiday as a midwife, and stayed on because it was Hawaii, and then got knocked up by a local having a summer fling and ended up having to immigrate because that's the only way that we could sort of manage it, and then went on to have 2 more because I've got 3 kids in Hawaii.
Nice. Okay.
Living the dream.
How old are your kids?
16, 14 and 12.
Oh wow, okay.
Yes, they're half Japanese Hawaiian.
Are they as musical as their mother?
Well, I make them be. I make them be because I was a kapahaka teacher.
Oh wow,
so,
cool.
And I was very active on the marae. I'm a kaikaranga Piritahi marae. So the kids, when they were they would have to be. So I got knocked up over there, but then because I was a midwife, I came back to give birth to them in New Zealand, and then went back for the first 2. So they were kind of exposed there. Anyway, later on, me and my husband broke up. I came back for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then in 2013 to 2019.
Yeah.
I was here, and then we went again.
So do you? I mean,
and now I'm here. Now it's been another 4 years. It's weird. So I have been here recently, but I was also a recluse. Until 2018 from society. So.
And you're not only a midwife, DJ, singer, rapper. You're also a teacher.
Yes. In 2018 I got a big scholarship to do teaching te reo Māori in high schools and Māori performing arts. And then, so my postgrade's in linguistics and teaching.
Nice.
Amazing.
It was amazing because I didn't learn Māori at school. And I'm from the stolen generation of a teenage mother in the 70s, and I basically got taken off her by the doctors and it's whiteified, and that had been going on for generations, I guess. Whoa. But it did have a big effect on me because I was labelled Māori even though I don't look it. And so it was always a big issue for me, but you can't tell from looking from the outside.
No.
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey. So learning the language for me, if I wanted to stand up in the marae and introduce myself, my mihi is so complicated. I can't say where I'm from, I can't say all these things. So I had to learn how to speak it so I could say who I was and stand up like everybody else. So, I mean, and then it took me 18 years to learn te reo Māori.
Oh,
wow.
That's impressive.
That's amazing. I always love it that my kids learn it at school.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I learned it at
listen,
school.
I'll tell you what, because I sing in 5 languages.
Which other languages?
Which other ones?
Okay, so we've got Māori, English, Hawaiian, Bengali, Sanskrit, and Spanish.
Yeah, excuse my ignorance, because I am British, so you have to excuse that. How similar is Maori to Hawaiian?
Really similar.
I thought, So is that when you were learning? So what did you learn first?
Māori, but the Māoris, when I came back after 10 years in Hawaii, the Māoris couldn't believe that my Māori was still there because I would translate Hawaiian into Māori before it got to English. That's how I learned Hawaiian. Right. Because I could translate the Hawaiian into Māori and then I could figure out what it meant in English.
They go
that's cool.
It's really interesting. Cool. Well, the thing is, and the Māori language is easier than Hawaiian. The words are shorter. A whole sentence for us for them is one word. My daughter's middle name is Hanau Keolani Keonilek.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
All one word. It's so in Māori that would be 2 sentences. So it's harder. You've got to really be sharp.
Can your children speak?
Yeah, they've never been to an English speaking school. They've been.
Oh wow.
Really? I'm a language activist.
I love it.
I am.
I love it.
yes. Yeah,
Leave
because
children.
Well, listen, they don't feel clever, and people people say you're dumb because bilingual children or multilingual children don't often, like if you're just looking statistically on exams and stuff, they often don't score as high as other kids, but in later life, they're more successful.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's just about looking at long-term gains and stop thinking about like performance-based things, because like life is a journey, and like you've got so far ahead of you. You want to be well-rounded. That's what's going to help you in the end. And it's harder to learn a language as an adult.
Yeah.
And I wanted them to be able to be as close as they could to native fluency.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, what's interesting is that, like Māori's a really good example, because like you can say the same thing in English and Māori, but when you say it in Māori, it's so much nicer. It is. The meanings they're spiritual. They come from nature. All the words are very simple, and they have a very deep meanings. And like one word can mean 10 different words in English, and it's about the feeling and the context. So it's such a simple way of saying things that like
means so much.
It's easier to understand, and it's more meaningful. More meaningful.
Really
that's why I think like learning other languages is good. It doesn't really matter what it is, but like Māori I have to, because it's dying and it's been colonised, and that's not fair. I got to university and I had to tick Māori or Pakeha, and I just made a decision that I was going to be Māori, because I was going into midwife training, and the statistics, which I was like, well, Māori need me more than Pakeha do. Like if you just like look at it like black and white, I should go there. And the Māori midwives of New Zealand, they have this radical organisation for preserving like safe traditional birthing techniques, and they spotted me and picked me up straight away before I'd even started classes, and I got taken in by these amazing mentors, and I got to meet so many healers and go to everywhere, and like with these Māori midwives. And I was like 20s. I was in my 20, and like, I'll get to the hui. And this time I had dreadlocks and shit,
a vibe.
I get to the hui, and I'd stand up and have an idea, and they would just tell me, sit down, girl. Just sit down. And I'd be standing there like, what? And they're just down, and I went through that for like years and years, over a decade. I've been told to sit down and stop talking by everybody. It happened to me last night in my own tent. Constantly. And
no, I love how you're bringing like that. How you're saying like that feminist out in your music as well. It's like stand strong.
Yeah, because those women, like, they never stop me getting up.
Yeah.
I could get up as many times as I fucking wanted.
Yeah, they'll encourage it.
Well, they did not encourage me, but they didn't stop me. But I was there.
Yeah.
I was there with them. They wanted, like, they invited me. I'm there with them.
That's cool.
And like that's how that's 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like now I'm 46. That was like from 20 to 25, and like now I look back, I really appreciate it. Because like there is a difference in 20 years.
Oh yeah.
And like there's some things you just can't know. And like and youth have a voice and have a place to stand, but there's a lot you can't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just because you haven't been there long enough yet, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
It's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
You get born when you're born. I'm constantly, I feel like I'm born in the wrong place and time. I feel like I'm born on the wrong planet. I feel like I came from a cooler planet and got sold a postcard. Like, it's so fun. And then I came down here and I'm like, no, it's not England.
I want to go home.
And now like, they're like, oh, wait, there's no to go on. Oh, this is sounding like what happened in New Zealand.
So how do you find living in the States?
It's difficult, but I really love it. Like, Hawaii is one thing because I'm still really home. But then I was touring when COVID happened. I was playing Tribal Gathering in Panama in the Amazon jungle. And
Amazing.
We were the last human event on Earth to be found and shut down.
Oh, is that right?
We were still partying in the
And where was that?
Incredible.
That was in 2020, February.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were in there for a month.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
pandemic?
perfect.
What pandemic?
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
No, because we didn't have very good coverage. Like, you couldn't even have a jet, so it was like really isolated. And I had heard rumours, I had seen that this was the last festival on earth. That's what people were saying. And I was like, my God, they've taken too much acid. Like, the people are saying there's a global pandemic and this is the last party on earth. That is fucking crazy. I didn't believe it at all.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
And then I only luckily got out. I decided that I wanted to stay longer, and I was leaving to change my ticket early. I decided to sacrifice the last day to stay longer, and then we're going to keep on partying. And so I left the festival an hour after that. Armed militia came, and they all got locked in.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And because we were all dirty foreigners, you know, with no sanitation, we would be the most likely to have COVID, of course.
Oh, man.
You know, my God, look at us. We're not even from there.
You're so
Travellers
isolated.
are dirty. They're dirty people. They can't. If anyone's got a disease, they do. You know? And so they were terrified. They didn't know what to do. They're like, fucking, these are definitely COVID.
Yeah.
We'll just lock them in there with these machine guns.
Yeah.
And then so by the time, by the time they got out, the international airport in Panama was shut down for 18 months. And I mean, like, look.
Well, you weren't stuck in Panama, were you?
No, so you got out just before.
Yeah.
So you just got out, okay.
So anyway, I get on the bus, right, not believing any of this stuff.
Yeah.
But some people say, still to this day, try and claim that it does not exist.
Yeah.
Like, everything that I went on wasn't meant to happen.
Right.
But, like, so I'm looking around thinking, this is normal. I was saying, like, what's everyone going on about? Like, everything is like. Then we get to Panama City, the bus stops.
Yeah.
There's no traffic in or out. There hasn't been food coming in for days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And we had to run up the road, and I had Mexican friends with me that, thank God, because they don't speak Spanish that well at all. And they were like, oh, come here. And then I realized I was the one that was tripping on acid. I was the one that didn't get it. It's always like, I was so like... I was the
it's not a bad place to be in.
My God. And then I was like, what do I do? So I didn't know what to do there. As I was saying, nobody was allowed to move around. So they said, no, there's no Ubers, there's no taxis. The last bus is left down. But I just pulled up Uber and just ordered an Uber. One came.
Oh, wow.
And we were the only car on the road, me and this Uber.
Yeah.
We were the only people moving around. Like, somehow this Uber just... Yeah, just
turned
and
up.
I was like, see, there's an Uber. Everybody's saying this later. I got on the bus, I got on the Uber.
That's the last Uber before he got shut down.
Yeah. Well, then I was like, I'll just go to the airport. I'll just go to the airport and just wait. So I turned up to the airport. It's abandoned. Everything's a ghost town. And there's like 10 Americans. Yeah, and we all just sit there and nobody says anything. There's this old man selling paintings. You know, I bought 2. And then I was like, fuck, I'll buy your paintings, gun. And then like, we're sitting there and then eventually we sat there for hours, like 4 or 5 hours. Nobody said a word. We didn't see another human being.
Yeah.
The whole thing was
like
surreal.
apocalyptic.
No, it was, because what was meant to be a 12-hour flight took me 4 days.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, with no food or water. Because it was COVID.
Yeah.
And I was like the only person on like a big, 747 and shit. And like
The only person?
Yeah.
When was this?
This was in March, between March 15 and 20.
Oh yeah, that was like the peak of the start.
Yeah, that's when like nobody could travel and stuff, but you could.
Yeah.
But you could only go where they were going.
Yeah.
So like they just kept flying me around until like Reno opened up or somewhere we went there.
That's crazy.
So I was flying back and forth around America like for days, going in and out of these abandoned airports and being the only person on a big plane.
On the plus side,
but
at
like
least you had loads of leg room.
Well, I had no food or water, and I just come from a month at a psytrance party in the Amazon. And like there was like you couldn't have a vending machine. There was nothing. I had to drink. I survived from drinking water out of the toilet tap. That's the only thing I had for 4 days.
Horrendous.
That's all I had.
Messed up.
No, that was the only thing I had.
That's
horrible. I was becoming delirious.
Oh, you would have.
Because it's Miami International, I walked for 15 minutes and you not see one person.
Yeah.
So, but you know that somewhere there is a plane. And so I had a friend on Google Maps in Hawaii that would bring up the terminal maps. And she was looking, and she would tell me, keep walking straight ahead. You're going to see this on this side.
Yep.
And I was getting guided how to find these gates from my friend in Hawaii on Google Maps.
Jeez.
That's insane.
That is mental.
If it wasn't for that, I never would have found it. I was delirious.
Oh man.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then then I made it back to. I did make it back to Reno. And then, victory. And then,
life is life on this
planet. Then I get to bring on, I'm like, see, it's not that bad. and then the next day, my business got shut down, and then it was just a downward spiral from there. And
so what business was this that got shut down?
Well, I was working at, I don't know if you've heard of Moonlight Bunny Ranch.
No, what is it?
Yeah, well, Nevada's special. It has legal sex work there, and they have these like a holiday sex sort of ranches that you can go and hire top-end girls. And so I got an opportunity to go and work there.
Wow.
And the first New Zealander in history.
And did they go, oh, I love your accent?
Oh, yeah. It was everything. It was everything.
Even when I go to America and I've got the most boring accent, they go, I love your accent.
Oh, no, they're psychotic over New Zealand.
You've still got Kiwi twang.
No, they are. Well, it really worked because they're obsessed with New Zealand, and I really blew up. I went to #1 in the company. And in 2020, I was in the top 10 legal paid sex workers in the USA.
Wow, okay.
I'm actually like low-key pretty famous sex
So you've got another name
and they would tell me, no, well, Imogen Steele is my sex goddess.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, but people, they would always say to me, nobody likes you because of your music. Nobody wants you for your music. Why do you keep... like my business managers and stuff, they're like, nobody cares about this. Why do you keep, doing it, And I don't care that nobody cares.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if you like it or not, motherfucker. Don't look.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah, I really don't care. I have a deeper drive and it's not you.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about being in California.
Yeah.
Was like the creative.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so free. You can do anything. Nothing's wrong artistically.
They're a lot more open,
openness isn't even a question.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And people travel from around the US, musicians and artists, to be in California because of that.
Yeah.
That's why people love it so much, because there is like a freedom of expression there.
Yeah.
And up in NorCal in the mountains, it's like you're looking at third generation sort of like LSD babies. They're from like that time. And so I got to like hang out with all these kids in their like late teens and 20s on this underground scene, this underground bass scene where they... It was an opportunity to be a part of a birth of a new genre that people don't know yet that is going to influence everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because bass, the way that they play it, you can mix anything. You can bassify anything. There's no set rhythm. There's no anything.
Amazing.
There's a sound.
Yeah.
There's a wave, and there's a wub to it,
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm trying to really like bring home and show people tonight, what this music is.
Yeah.
And like the music that we play, how we party, what we're into. When I first heard it, I didn't like it. But like the scene was so intense and so strong, and they were like so into it. That's what was going on in the area, and like over time I became totally obsessed because they're so like the way the kids run their parties, their sound is incredible.
Yeah.
And like basically you can stand at, when we throw a party, if you stand at a certain place in the room, you will have a full bass reverberation that starts like inside your brain and inside your body and massages you going out. And you can stand and have a conversation with the person next to you at the same time. And that it's like that every time.
Yeah, it's good.
And like it was, bass really unites people.
Yeah.
There's certain people that are really obsessed with the bassy shit they can get for
it's
some
funny,
reason.
A lot of people I've come across, especially talking to the guys from this festival, they talked about that too.
Yeah, well, yes. Well, I've noticed in Auckland there's a bit of an anti-bass. It's a bit of a rebel. It's almost like bass is a dirty word because of noise. I know. And I just want to say, like, there is no such thing as... I'm going to say it. There's no such thing as bass house. It's house, okay?
There you go, Evie.
Don't worry.
Take that it's just house.
It's just house. It's okay.
It's not bass.
It's not really bass house because there's a more stronger bass, and that's what I'm going to show you guys.
Cool.
What like bass really is, like what what that looks like. It doesn't fit a dance format.
Yeah.
It's really different, and like it takes a lot of creative dancing.
Yeah.
But it's almost like psytrance that you can find your own rhythm in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you have to explore.
Yeah.
that.
It's like you feel it's a full body experience.
And like we'll go into characters. There's a lot of character dancing, and like you hear the sounds like whip, 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 and everyone's like and like you just play like these games around. It's really fun. And the rave like that, and people just take on these different characters and like dance. And it's really like if you could just like that's the thing I love about Americans, they're not cool at all.
Yeah.
At all. And even like they look cool on TV, but like even when you meet like like I got to hang out with Too Short and all them, they're total dickheads. And they know they are, but like that's why Americans, they don't care.
Nah.
Yeah, no,
like
they don't
the worst,
do that.
like I've seen the worst white person dancing you could possibly meet. It's where it comes from.
Creatures.
It's where it comes from.
Yeah.
No, it's just like, but they don't care. Like it's you don't have. Yeah, you don't have to be. Well, it's cool.
Yeah.
Well, Imogen, this has been amazing. I honestly think we should get you back onto our studio podcast because you have so much to say. Just finally then, so obviously you're playing today, tonight at 11 on the live stage.
Yes.
Have you got any other shows lined up while you're here in New Zealand?
I do. My next one I'm going to be playing is Yatra.
Oh, cool.
So I love playing psytrance festivals.
Yep.
Amazing.
I love the crowd. I love psytrance, and I'm expecting to be on a little side dingy stage there where it gets really like intimate.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm looking forward to really cutting loose at that one.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm really looking forward to Tani Fuzz Den.
Nice. Oh yeah, are you playing that too?
I am.
Oh,
I'm playing the after party on Saturday.
Sweet.
And this is my first opportunity to perform this body of work.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm just sort of like seeing how it goes, but like that's why I've racked up the 3, so that I've got a chance to sort of like repeat and work on it.
Yep.
And like
Nice.
I think like Tani Fuzz Den for me is going to be that I expect. It will be a very good performance at that point.
Nice.
We're talking about constructing a little soapbox for me that I can take back because I'm going to be on the DJ stage. So then I'm like, I'm going to have to get a pop-up stand on the front that I can just stand up on it. I'm already planning out what I can stand on to make me extra tall.
Well, I tell you what, like. Just from hearing you talk about, your sets and the way you play, I'm definitely going to be checking out some of these shows.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and I'm Imogen Steele, but it's really Steel Pussy Gang.
Okay.
Cool.
So my next ones, I'm just gonna, because nobody really knows me here. I'm more famous in America, so when they hear the name Imogen Steele, they know exactly what they're getting.
Okay.
But like here, they don't know. So like I do hear, like I am the founder of the Steel Pussy Gang. I think it's more clear for people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next ones I'll be coming up as Steel Pussy Gang, so that they have an expectation. There's going to be some pussy there.
I'm definitely there. No, that was a horrible thing to say.
No, everybody loves it. It's a positive thing.
Okay, it's good. That's good.
It's a good thing. It is.
So
it's the best thing ever.
How can people follow you on social media?
I'm on. If they want, on SoundCloud, I've got all my originals up. I'm going from fluent real Māori electronica to rap to techno. So that is Imogen Steele. And then on Facebook, Imogen Steele. Twitter, Imogen Steele. Oh my God, Snapchat.
Oh, no,
is that still a thing?
I am Steele. I am Steele on Snapchat there. And then on Instagram, Imogen Hot Girl.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, but like honestly, just Google me and then you can see how famous I really am.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, so watch what pops up first.
We're just like, Google images.
I'll tell you something. I'm the #1 Imogen Steele in the world.
Oh, no way.
Yes,
awesome.
I'm the #1 on that. Well, I think I'm that. I'm a prolific producer. I'm a photographer too. So I put out a lot
Everything
of content.
woman.
Well, when are you going back to the States?
I'm not going back to August unless I have to leave early.
Okay, cool. So we're going to definitely get you on our longer podcast.
I want to throw a Steel Pussy Gang party.
I honestly think we need to come to one of your gigs as well.
I'm thinking about doing a July gig.
Sweet, yeah.
As like before I go off as a send off and have a Steel Pussy Gang event where all of like my co-producer DJ friends that I've met who've been so amazing here can come and like play, and then I can get to like host the evening.
Nice.
I love that.
And I think we will be there. Yeah.
I'm thinking probably Ahu. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Nice. Well, Imogen, thanks for joining us at Lakeside Odyssey. It was a great chat, and hope we'll catch up with you soon.